It's buffering. Almost good. Yeah, put it up. We're back at it again Monday night. History slash scripture breakdown. You understand? It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under commanding General Yohanan. We've been teaching this truth since 1969 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are in fact the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand?
Right.
So, y'all got any questions in the chat? Any questions in the room, we'll get them. But we got time if it's on topic, especially. But can I get an article of that briefing? It was a briefing they had bringing out the UFO sightings. UFOs are back in the news more than ever. More sightings, allegedly. Then you got the drones of Jersey. I know everybody heard about that. You know, all those things will come out when the Lord want them to. I'm not saying those are chariots. I'm just saying it's kind of unusual. What I think it is, I think it's just some military drone testing or something I don't want to talk about. But whatever it is, it'll come out eventually. That's all. It ain't nothing crazy. Like people get too bent out of shape and with all these goddamn conspiracy theories. I heard one cat, I think he was a congressman too. He said it was an Iranian mothership 40 miles from the Jersey Shore. They got the drones over there. It could be. Well, you know, Iran ain't too fond of America. It could be. Who knows? But we're gonna get a little bit of article on this briefing they had a couple of weeks ago about all the sightings that the Air Force and the Navy and all these military branches that they got a space force for a reason. They got an international space station for a reason.
Right.
I think it's just because we think oh, we're just exploring space and exploring. Listen, they scared to death. They scared to death of something. What are they scared of? What are they hiding? What are they so afraid of? No? But outside of that, though, we gotta allow for this place to fall. We want it to continue. Listen, I don't want to go to work. I'm waiting. Listen, let the terrible day come. Let that terrible day come. You know why? Because that's liberation for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and true righteous leadership will reign in the earth. The scriptures say the people will rejoice when the righteous are in authority. Let that transition of power go down. And this transition of power ain't going to be so peaceful. The scriptures say Christ's going to have a new name. Got these fake black groups. They thinking, see, it ain't going to be Hebrew.
Right.
You don't know. Y'all don't know what y'all talk. He going to have, that ain't his name. Talking about his reputation, dum-dum. His reputation now was what? Bunny rabbits and love and unity and all togetherness.
Right.
The lies of the Christian church. They're going to see that skycracker. Like, oh, God, oh, Father. And then he's going to get this slaying. They're like, what the hell is this? This the dude we've been praying to this whole time? Salagia. No, that's the new name, the reputation of Jesus Christ. That's the new name. What is it in Revelations? It's somewhere in Revelations where it talks about the new name. See, they say they come to us out of my thumb. See, y'all don't know that. Y'all don't see, because Jesus Christ, he gonna have a new name. Right. So y'all saying calling him Yahweh, that's wrong. Okay. All right, sure. You're up there bowing to white Jesus. That's the problem. If it ain't white Jesus, you still bowing down to his white philosophy. his white doctrine. Right? You found something? You got an article for me? The briefing. Mm-hmm. Same thing. I know. We know. Listen, I'm gonna still call it a UFO. Like they got these new titles for stuff. Black people, especially black folk. I remember when they changed Heinz Field to something else, Pittsburgh Stadium. That is Heinz Field for life. I don't know what else to call it. The Aunt Your Mama a syrup. But is it an Aunt Your Mama syrup? Did they change the name of Aunt Your Mama, right? No, they changed Aunt Your Mama syrup to something minor. That is Aunt Your Mama syrup. When I see that bottle. It's called something mining. Something weird. Something mining. You want to pull that up real quick? It's really not even on topic.
Politically correct.
That's Aunt Your Mama syrup.
It still look like a slave on the bottle, right? It don't.
Hold up.
I like King syrup.
That's Baltimore stuff. That's only in Baltimore. Hold up. Yeah. Aunt Your Mama syrup. That's the door.
It's Pearl Miller.
Yeah. Whatever they want to call her now, it's still Aunt Your Mama. It's going to take 100 years for somebody else to call her something else. And you know, Elon Musk, he mad at the world because everybody keep calling it Twitter. That is Twitter. You see that X? Oh yeah, that's Twitter. You know, it's UFO. You can be politically correct. That's why we got it in the title tonight. But UAPs is what unidentified phenomenon or whatever it is. Unidentified aerial phenomena. Is that what it is? I don't know. We can get the definition of that in a second. But let's get this article.
NBC News. As drones are spotted in New Jersey and other states, here's what we know so far. Mysterious drones have been hovering in the skies above New Jersey and other states in the Northeast for weeks, alarming residents and prompting lawmakers to demand answers.
But I'm reading an article about, the unidentified flying objects above Jersey. Go ahead.
Since mid-November, the drones have been lighting up the night skies with no real explanation of who is operating them or why.
Mm-hmm.
While plenty of questions surrounding the unidentified flying object remain, here is what we do know. When did the drone sightings start? The drones were first spotted in New Jersey on November the 18th. They appeared to show up in the late hours of the night. Though it is not clear whether they are present every single night, a senior official briefed on New Jersey drone sightings told NBC News that there have been reports of sightings every night except Thanksgiving, and that they have been little to no reports of drones during the day.
Hold on, drop that. I just sent you
Okay, send me one.
I sent you the wrong joint. Hold up. I want an article. Yeah, hold on.
New number?
I gotta send it again. Hold on. Come on.
Did it say it said they weren't out for Thanksgiving? So they American.
Somebody jerking.
Right. So they had the day off.
And they had to work.
Hey, type what I just sent you into Google. It should pull it up. But no, they had this briefing about classified stuff and everything. It was all over TikTok. Probably not so much on the other social media sites, but they was basically just talking about, you know, what the military seen over the years or what have you. They was saying some wild stuff in there, yo. And y'all online, y'all probably like, what are y'all talking about UFOs for? What do y'all know about UAPs? Now we're gonna go on the book. We're gonna make this biblical tie.
News Nation.
Kind of thing, yeah. That's the headline, yeah. Go ahead.
AARO gives classified briefing to House lawmakers.
Mm-hmm.
The Pentagon Office for UFO Investigation is shedding some light on bizarre sightings and classified briefings to Congress.
Listen, there's been so many sightings over the years. They're going to declassify some of this stuff. They've been trying to sweep this under the rug. They were saying some wild stuff in there. Go ahead.
Members of the House Oversight Committee are hearing from a group from the Pentagon All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, inside the secure room at the Capitol.
I'm like, I don't know if it's just me, but this was all over TikTok about 2-3 weeks ago.
Right.
And then it just disappeared. Maybe it's just me. They was literally out there talking about aliens was real, damn near.
Right.
Or aliens to them, you know, quote unquote. We'll get into that though. Go ahead.
AARO was set up in 2022 and it has now reached full operational capacity.
God damn. Go ahead. They said, I gotta repeat because they can't hear you. This department is up in full capacity, researching and documenting UAPs or UFOs. Go ahead.
AARO's new director, John Kozlowski, will be speaking to lawmakers who have vowed to get to the truth of unexplained sightings. A Defense Department spokesperson told News Nation that AARO can now fully carry out its mission to investigate those sightings, which include various types of unknown objects. The House briefing comes after last month's House and Senate hearings on unidentified anomalous phenomena.
There we go.
UAPs, which the public often refers to as UFOs.
Now I was going to show you what this briefing was bringing out. Go ahead.
The hearing revealed that between May of 2023
and 2023, go ahead,
to June
2024,
the office reviewed more than 750 new reports of UAPs.
750 reports of UFOs. Go ahead.
And identified 12 of them as needing more analysts.
Meaning, some of them probably some drones, probably somebody saw a shooting star, a meteorite. But 12 of them is like, hold up, I don't know about this. That ain't normal. And listen, this ain't nothing new. All throughout history, you can see it in paintings, you can see it in writings, you can hear it in novels and plays. This ain't just a new age, you know, foil on the head type deal.
Right.
Even the slaves knew something. Anybody familiar with the old Negro spiritual? Swing low.
Right.
Swing low, sweet chariot. Why is that a so-called Negro spiritual?
Right.
And what is the chariot? What is that chariot they referring to?
Right.
Swing low. Sweet chariot. That is a biblical reference right there. That's what we don't recognize and understand. That's a biblical reference. Now, why would the slaves be asking the Lord to send chariots? There's a reason they ain't want us to read the Bible, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we think it's just because we let the Negroes read, they're gonna free themselves. No, they didn't want to understand your identity.
Right.
We down there singing Negroes talking about swing low, sweet chariot. That's how black this Bible is. When we when we had to teach ourselves how to read, and in slavery, in chains and whips, and being tortured, in the midst of that, we can grasp who we are. I mean, goddamn, I think we're the greatest people on earth, man. We're the greatest people on earth. Even we can decipher something. We can decipher something like that in the midst of a catastrophic calamity, and realize that we are going to be saved through chariots, and then sing about it. Go ahead.
Like the song, what's that? Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
Mm-hmm. Not like when I first pulled Whip for the Truth, that song, like it was like, it was like too many people saying stuff about that song. It'd be like them saying, "Come by," like your house.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into that because I don't know. I ain't had no general say nothing like that. But I know what a chariot is. I know what a chariot is. I know what it means to swing low. I better cut. Come pick me up. You know what I mean? That's what it's saying. Get me up out of this cotton field. Get me up out of this oppression here. Scoop me up. Right. Yo, you think you scoop me up real quick? That's a good heavy point. The Bible is black, you know? Yeah, it's even in our songs from back when. Now where we at in this article? But it's 12 of them they couldn't understand. It was so unusual. But a lot of these sightings are drones, are planes, are some type of shooting star. I can't even say the word. Astronomical event. 12 of them they couldn't explain here. Now go ahead.
The Pentagon has been pushing back on whistleblower allegations that it is operating a secret UFO retrieval program and that the UAPs are extraterrestrials in nature.
Now that's when they get a little tinfoil hat crazy with it. You understand? They got that tinfoil hat on. Go ahead.
The agency has repeatedly said there are no such programs and no evidence that UAPs come from anywhere other than our planet.
Dang. And they made some other claims like the UFOs is from under the water. Right? Go ahead.
ARO's findings resolve a number of cases as common objects like balloons or drones, but the admission that some cases can't be so easily wrapped up caught the attention of both lawmakers and UFO believers.
No, but they had this whole drawn out briefing about UAPs and UFOs and what their findings was. But we'll tell you what the ones that y'all don't know. We'll tell you that. Y'all got the scriptures for me? But prior to that though, let me just expound a little bit. Them chariots that we were singing about is absolutely biblical.
Right.
It's absolutely biblical, just like in the scriptures when it says we had a cloud at night to follow, or a pillar by night. You'll see that in the scriptures. Right. Paraphrasing, they talking about the Lord's chariots, huh? You understand? Go ahead. Let me get one of them.
This is Ezekiel chapter 1.
I want to save the one when it talks about the wheel and the wheel for last. If that's the one, hold that one for last. Give me the other 5 first. And then I got some more. Just give me the other ones first. Any other one. It don't matter which one. Well, we got to bring out. They don't bring this out in a Christian church. They don't bring this out in the mosques. Anybody that is bringing it out, they got it from us.
Right.
Because we've been teaching this since 1969. You know that boxing ring over there on the west side where Davis used to fight at, or if you look on the side, I think it's the back end of the building. Somebody had a portrait of Baltimore or something right there, and they got Chariots in the sky right there. They got that from us, from the school. Them goddamn imams. What's the Nation of Islam? They got them Chariot stuff. They plagiarizing us, bro. You understand? They plagiarizing the Bible. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 10.
Go ahead.
For as for their appearance, they four had one likeness as if a wheel had been in the midst of a wheel.
God damn. Read it from the top one more time.
Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 10.
Go to 9.
Ezekiel chapter 9, chapter 10, verse 9.
Go ahead.
And when I looked, behold,
Mm-hmm.
the four wheels by the cherub.
It said the four wheels by the what?
By the cherub.
By the cherub. Go ahead.
One wheel by one cherub,
Mm-hmm.
and another wheel by another cherub.
Go ahead.
And the appearance of the wheels was as the color of a beryl stone.
Come on, y'all. It's giving you a description here. Go ahead.
Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And as for their appearance, they four had one likeness.
They had one likeness. Go ahead.
As if a wheel.
As if a what?
As if a wheel.
Now put this in your mind. Visualize this here. A wheel. A circular fixture or what have you. And don't think tire. Think wheel. All right, go ahead.
Had been in the midst of a wheel.
Have been in the midst of a wheel. So you got a circular fixture here, right? Now in that fixture, you got another wheel. I don't got another circle up there. But you got another wheel in that circle. Now if you look at those paintings all throughout history or descriptions of a UFO, what do you have? A circular item, or known as a wheel. This is what it's referring to.
Right.
Something shaped like this, a wheel. And in this wheel, there's another wheel. That is what you call a so-called UFO.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. When they went upon their four sides.
Come on.
They turned not as they went.
They turn, meaning they're not turning like an ordinary chariot. These maneuvers that is making can't be explained, just like those 12 vehicles that department couldn't explain.
Right.
They couldn't explain those 12. Why? Because it stopped on a dime.
Right.
It made maneuvers a drone can't make. A F-15 can't make. You understand? Go ahead.
They turned not as they went,
Mm-hmm.
but to the place whither the head looked, they followed it.
Dang it. This is the type of this, yo. They ain't gonna beat Christ, bro. They got all this technology queued up. They got this bomber here, this bomber there, this fighter jet here, this fighter jet there. Yeah, they technology is dope. They got all types of they got all types of stuff we don't even know about.
Right.
They got stuff that can just hover above a city and be undetectable and invisible.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just hover. You can't even see. You know what I mean? But you ain't beating this. You ain't beating this type of technology. Right. Imagine you look at the next place to go and the vehicle just go.
Hey.
This is the Lord's technology. This is the Lord's chariots that we talking about here. These are the chariots you want to get on in the day of reckoning. You understand? You try and get scooped up. You try and get picked up. You understand? Go ahead.
I'll start that verse 11.
Oh, go ahead. That's fine.
Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
When they went upon their four sides.
They went upon their four sides. Go ahead.
They turned not as they went.
They turned not as they went. Go ahead.
But to the place whither the head looked, they followed it.
Jeez. Go ahead.
They turned not as they went.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12.
Now you can. Is it more than that? No, you can drop that there. Swing low, sweet chariot. I forget. I don't know the rest of the words. I ain't big on that. But they wanted to get carried. What the rest of the word says? What? Carry me home. Where's home? You talking about the kingdom of heaven? They understood. They wanted to go to the kingdom of heaven. Like yo, we think it's a small thing. This book here. We think this is a small thing. We think this is the white man book.
Right.
This book has the blueprint to liberation.
Right.
And we understood it while we was in chains. While we were in chains, we understand that this was the gateway to liberation. This was the gateway to get on the chariot of God. Everybody understand? I think that's an amazing thing to recognize. I don't know about you, but I think that's an amazing how we retrieved these records and was able to decipher this here. Hey, pull up the comments. We ain't got no comments. No, so we got a lot of people. Make sure y'all like and subscribe in this, man. Put the arrow over their little eye. It's getting a lot of views on Twitter. Oh, sweat. Make sure y'all like and subscribe in this, man. Hit that like button. Hit that share button so we can get this knowledge and wisdom all throughout the face of the earth. You understand? Give me my next scripture. We got another scripture. Yeah, keep on. Another scripture.
You want me to hold off on one? Ezekiel?
Yeah, I want you to hold off on that one. What was the one you was holding on? Ezekiel what?
Ezekiel 1, verse 4.
Just hold that one. Let me get some more.
King.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Kings, chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind.
By what?
By a whirlwind.
By a whirlwind, a circular fixture. You understand? It's a vehicle to transport you. You understand? How does that vehicle move? Spins. Everybody understand? Go ahead. What does a wheel do? What would a wheel and a wheel do? It's going to spin. Everybody understand?
Come.
Go ahead.
That Elijah went with Elijah from Gilgal. And it came to pass, and they still went on and taught that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire.
A what?
A chariot of fire.
Chariot of fire. That's not like you. Listen, you gotta understand how black we are. Yo, you put listen, yo. This is the Lord's vehicles. So it's always gonna be some shine. You understand? God is black. That's what we gotta recognize. Understand? When it talks about his thrones and the circles, when it talked about the thrones, it talked about the pillars of fire on the side. I can get that too. Go ahead.
So this one, all right. So this one, both of them speak of the fire.
Go ahead. Read it again.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
that appeared the chariots of fire, the horses of fire, and parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind.
What?
By a whirlwind.
He went up by a whirlwind. Go ahead.
Into heaven.
Into heaven. That's a visual right there. That's a visual right there. You understand? I'm trying to find pillar in the sky. We got Exodus 13:21. Did you already have that one? Yeah, this one ain't milk. That's why you ain't got it.
Exodus chapter 13, verse 21.
Go ahead.
And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar.
In a what?
In a pillar.
In a what?
In a pillar.
Go ahead.
Of a cloud.
Now listen. Now you put that wheel. Now you do this. Now what it look like in the sky? Just a pillar going across. Pillar in the cloud. Go ahead.
To lead them the way.
Listen, you got your own personal God. Go ahead.
And by night, in a pillar of fire.
Go ahead.
To give them light.
Go ahead.
To go by day and night.
There you go. Those pillars in the cloud, that's talking about chariots also. When you go in the Bible, those clouds, you'll see it's here and there. In the clouds, a guy, those talking about chariots in the sky. Everybody understand? Pillars in the sky is talking about chariots and all of that. Go ahead. No, I think that's it. That's it on that. Give me some more. I can't run on that. I got work tonight. So I'll take it to like 8:30, something like that. Close to it. Go ahead. We're gonna get some more on this, man. Swing low, sweet chariot. You understand? Any other Negro spirituals with chariots? I think that's the only one. And we're gonna get some more on this though. They think they're gonna beat Christ. They really think they're gonna beat Christ. They ain't got the weapons to defeat this army. You understand? You can't fight God. You ain't gonna be able to box with God, man. Ain't no type of reverse engineering or whatever the Russians got or whatever China got or they all. And listen, this was gonna happen too, my thumb. They all gonna be fighting, and they gonna look in the sky like, "Hold up, we gotta start fighting each other." They're gonna try to start fighting Christ. That's what Armageddon's about. Them trying to fight Christ. Y'all good? Y'all need some help? No sweat. But we better bring out the church ain't got this right here. We're going to get you unconfused about UAPs and UFOs. You understand? Mm-hmm. First brother that got it, go ahead. All right, give me Ezekiel 1:22.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 22.
Go ahead.
And the likeness of the firmament.
And the likeness of the firmament. So you already know you in the sky. You already know you up above. You understand? Go ahead.
Upon the heads of the living creature.
Upon the heads of the living creature. Go ahead.
Was as the color of a terrible crystal.
It's bright. Go ahead.
Stretched forth over their heads above.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 23. And under the firmament were their wings straight, the one toward the other. Every one had two, each covered on this side, and every one had two, which covered that side thereby.
You in Ezekiel 1 and 22? You still in 22? Go ahead.
No, that was the end.
Read it again. Am I missing something?
He's when we go above it.
Did it go above it one?
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 21. When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth.
Oh no, start at 16.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
That's what I went.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 16. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a bird.
Like the color of a burrow. Go ahead.
And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
A wheel in the middle of a wheel. Again, here we go. Go ahead. This is a description of a UFO. Go ahead.
Verse 17. When they went upon their four sides,
Mm-hmm.
and they turned not when they went.
Did we read this already?
No, this was like this is not the same.
Well, look.
This is different.
No sweat. Go ahead.
Verse
Meaning
18.
Meaning what? They maneuver in ways a traditional aircraft cannot. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 18.
Well, in an unusual manner. So they would probably look at the flight of a bird or a fowl. This ain't moving like that. You understand? Even if you look at a plane today, it moves like a fowl.
Right.
Slows down like a fowl. Takes off like a fowl. Go ahead.
Verse 18. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful.
Said their what? As for their what?
Rings.
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 It's a circle. You understand? Go ahead.
They were so high that they were dreadful.
Listen, you so far in the sky, that's unusual. You understand? Go ahead.
And their rings were full of eyes round about them, four.
Meaning what? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's lights around it. The fire. You understand? That's a physical description of a so-called UFO. You got something?
Yes, Colonel, so that's amazing that you just brought that part out, because that's how those drones looked on those videos with the four lights.
Come.
And as it was moving, the lights were moving around like that too. So you see the videos of those drones.
Come. Go ahead. They trying to mimic a chariot. That's what they trying to do. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by.
Mm-hmm.
And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Verse 20. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went thither.
Meaning, say I got my vehicle and the whip in the sky is just gonna follow me. Like I got like some type of Bluetooth connection or something, just gonna follow me wherever I go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheel.
Meaning they was in the vehicle. That's all it means. Your spirit is inside of you, and you inside the vehicle. That's all it means.
Right.
It ain't nothing spooky. It ain't like your spirit come out your body, go in the vehicle.
Right.
I think Gentleman Hyman broke this down not too long ago. It's you in the vehicle, operating the vehicle. That's all it means. That's all it means. Go ahead.
Verse 21. When those went, these went.
Mm-hmm.
And when those stood, these stood.
Huh.
And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheel.
It's in the wedge. Go ahead.
Verse 22, and the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal.
Okay, we gonna hold that. Isaiah 66. Did we go there? Let's go there. 15. Swing low, sweet chariot, bro.
It's in Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
With what?
With fire.
Go ahead.
And with his chariots.
And with his what?
His chariots.
And with his what?
His
He
chariots.
coming with fire. He coming with instruments of war. We think, listen, y'all, the church try to make the Lord some soft entity. The scripture said the Lord is a man of war.
Right.
And he has instruments of war. He got the real weapons of mass destruction. Yo, this place is going to be obliterated, bro. It's going to be obliterated. Go ahead.
Like a whirlwind.
Like a what?
Like a whirlwind.
Like a whirlwind. There we go with that spinning nature of this particular vehicle. It's fire, it's bright, it's spinning. Go ahead.
To render his anger.
To do what?
To render his anger.
That's what's coming to America. That's what's coming to the earth. For our sake. For our sake. You should pray for it. You should welcome it. You understand? The scriptures say the people going to rejoice, yo. They're going to rejoice when this goddamn devil's put in a box.
That's right.
When this goddamn devil is tamed and put in a cage, man. You're gonna see the earth gonna start to fix itself. We got a glimpse of that when the virus came out.
Right.
Literally, scientists was like, you know what? The sky is bluer. The sky got bluer over the outstretch of I-95. The air started to get clearer. The water started to get bluer. Somebody got to get put in the box, man.
Right.
Somebody got to start working from home. You understand? Somebody got to get monitored. You understand? Somebody got to get, put to work in a different manner. Everybody understand? And the earth will rejoice. We'll have clean water. We'll be able to goddamn breathe. You can't even breathe in New York. I don't even know how they are breathing up there. You understand? The air is different up there. There's too many people, too many goddamn people. Go ahead.
To render his anger with fury.
I'm gonna render his anger with fury. What's the Lord we talking about here? That don't sound like the Lord they talk about in Christian church. They think Christ's gonna come back. Everybody gonna hold hands and wear white. I don't know where the hell that come from. That whole idea of Jesus being all loving, all nations. They be having pictures and stuff. Little white boys, little Indian boy, little Arab boy coming up. Oh, Father. Oh, he gonna have a new name. The scriptures say. You understand? Go ahead.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
And his rebuke with flames of fire. Instruments of war. Vehicles of war, vehicles of terror. Go ahead. Yeah, give me 16.
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
He's going to plead with all flesh. These other nations, they think they going to win. They getting put in this box. We were talking about earlier in the radio show. They going to get dragged into the valley of Jehoshaphat. It's been written, like it's already happening right before our eyes. And they're gonna be fighting each other, this nation against this nation. Everybody teaming up. Hold on, who just teamed up with Russia? North Korea. North Korea teamed up with Russia. They're gonna be back in Iran. China gonna be back in probably Iran. Hold up, no. China gonna be back in Russia. Iran gonna get in the fight. Listen, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be a show. And in the midst of that show, it's gonna be Armageddon. They're gonna be like, "Oh snap! It's something else we gotta fight." They're gonna think it's an alien invasion, and they're gonna see a bunch of niggers coming from the sky. With 4 faces. Can I get the 4 face? I want the 4 faces of the angels. But not finish the scripture first.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many. That's what they deserve. This is what they asked for. They only getting what they deserve. You know what I mean? They wanted to live by the sword, but that's the type of life they chose to live. Anymore? That's the end of 16. You drop that. Give me the 4 faces. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
The likeness of 4 living creatures. These creatures were the same creatures later in the chapter that was in the wheel, that was in that was operating those vehicles, right. Those chariots. Now is describing who's in the chariots, who's operating the chariots, who has dominion over the chariot. Go ahead.
And this was their appearance.
And this was their appearance. Go ahead.
They had the likeness of a man.
They had the likeness of a man, so he looked like me or you. Okay? Likeness of a man. Go ahead.
And every one had 4 faces.
But this man, you got a face right here. You got a face on the side. Face on the other side. Face in the back. He got 4 faces. Go ahead.
And every one had 4 wings.
And then 4 wings. Wing up here, wing down here. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
This is a description of angels. This ain't no naked white baby with wings. This ain't nothing you seen in them Catholic churches. That's some sick fantasy of a devil. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And their feet were straight feet.
And their feet were straight feet. Go ahead.
And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
It was like the sole of a calf's foot, like a split hoof of a calf, like a ninja boot.
Right. Go
ahead.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Hey, that sounds like Jesus, don't it? It sounds like Revelation. What did I hear burnished brass before? These creatures had a hue to them. You understand? Burnished brass. What is it? You know what I'm saying? They was brown. Go ahead.
And they had the hands of a man under their wings.
And then under the wings, they had hands. This ain't too difficult to visualize. But it may be difficult for a Christian to comprehend because their idea of an angel is a naked white baby. If we want to be biblically accurate, let's go in the book. Well, this is describing a terrifying creature right here. You see something with 4 faces on it. You can stop there. And then this person got wings. Right. Okay. And then the ninja boot. I mean, forget about it. He probably gonna be whooping some ass. Go ahead.
And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their four sides. And they had four hands, and they four had their faces and their wings.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Their wings were joined one to another.
Their wings was joined one to another. They was interconnected. Go ahead.
They turned not when they went. They went one straight forward.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man.
Had a face of a man. What else?
And the face of a lion on the right side.
Damn, on the right side, got a lion right here. Got a regular face here. Then on the right side, got a lion. Go ahead.
And they four had the face of an ox on the left side.
And an ox on the left side. Go ahead.
They four also had the face of an eagle.
Damn. On the back, you got a face of an eagle. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. Two wings of everyone were joined to one another, and two covered their bodies.
This is the description of an angel. Now, show me one picture of, what is it, Michelangelo? That was the painter, right?
Right.
I don't know what the hell his sick fantasy was, because that wasn't no goddamn angel. Come on, bro. They ain't gonna beat Christ, yo. They ain't beating these. They ain't want to go. They don't, bro. Listen, that angel get out that aircraft, bro.
Right.
They gonna piss their goddamn pants. I'll tell you that much. And then it's flying. Come on, bro. You got a goddamn lion on the side of his face. Then lion on the side, a cow. No, well, same thing. Ox. And then the eagle on the back side, on the back of his head, bro. That's an instrument of war right there. And then they gonna do whatever the Lord tell them to do, with no back talk. You understand? Go ahead. Was that it on that? Or you can drop that for real. That's what's operating the wheel and the wheel.
Right.
That's what's coming to the earth. Yo, I don't want to see their face. I want to see a platoon, see what they got to come against.
Right.
Because they coming in the midst of the world war. I want to see the look on their face when they see that chariot come down and that angel come out of that crowd. Good night, bro. Where we at? The pillar. You got the cloud or the pillar?
The cloud.
Give me the cloud.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7.
Go ahead.
Behold, he cometh with clouds.
See, like I mentioned earlier, like a lot of that stuff when it talks about the clouds or the pillars, this is talking about those chariots. Go ahead.
And every eye shall see him.
And every hour you see them chariots in the sky, you gonna know this is unusual right here. Go ahead.
And they shall also fly. And they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of earth shall wail because of him. Even so. Amen.
They're gonna be terrified. They're gonna be terrified. This ain't the story they teaching in the church. You know, all them churches to be having some type of picture of a white man coming down out the clouds, coming down slowly.
Right.
Man, it'd be theatrical, bro. Like, come on, yeah. That ain't what the book say. The book says something totally different. Like, you're not even trying to be a little bit accurate. You're not even, like, who are you fooling? That's why they don't want you to read the Bible. They don't want you to see it for what it is. All these biblical movies and shows, they got this show Mary now. I didn't even attempt. I just skip right. I'm going to watch it so I can you know, I gotta break it the hell down. There ain't no way this is biblically accurate. I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but it's on Netflix. But where we at?
Exodus 13.
Did we finish in Revelations with the cloud? Oh, no sweat. Read it one more time. Bro. But then again, just a reminder, second.
Exodus 13, 41 to 22.
Did we already read that or
No.
we got another cloud?
A cloud.
God, no sweat. Go ahead. After he read this, you'll go to that.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7.
Go ahead.
Behold, he cometh with clouds,
I'm coming with clouds. Go ahead.
and every eye shall see him.
And every eye gonna know what the deal is. Go ahead.
And they also which pierced him,
Mm-hmm.
and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
Go ahead.
Even so be it.
So big. Give me the one that you got on my thumb.
Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud
And a pillar of a cloud. Go ahead.
to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire.
And by night, we read this one. Yeah. Give me Zechariah 5. Zechariah 5 and 1. I think it's gonna be the last one.
No. You said 5.
5 and 1.
Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
Go ahead. A flying what?
A flying roll.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll.
Mm-hmm.
The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
You're breaking down what this thing look like in the sky. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Meaning this thing is a terrifying thing to witness. You understand? Go ahead.
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on the side according to it.
What verse you in?
Verse 3.
No, you can drop it. Is it more on there? You can drop it there. But what we just brought up, those is the chariots of the Lord. You understand? So don't be scared. Don't be, you think it's an alien trying to abduct you. No, that alien does not want you.
Right.
You understand? You better be getting right so you can get, chose for real. That's what time it is. Everybody understand? Because that day is coming up. This war's here. These prophecies are playing out right before our very eyes. You believe that? We talking about the third world playing out right before our very eyes.
Right.
And we want to get out and vote. The prophecies is coming to fruition, right?
Yep.
And we want to celebrate Christmas.
Right.
We're going to be out there. We're going to be in New York, Times Square, watching the ball drop. Stand up midnight, partying. It's going to be a night of alcoholic poisoning. That's what it's going to be. You should see. I mean, y'all been out there. I've been out there New Year's Eve. You understand? Why do they choose to overdrink that night? It's a disgusting thing to see. Everybody in the street like that. If you want them chariots to swing low and scoop you up, you might want to reconsider celebrating Christmas and reconsider going out this New Year's Eve. You understand?
Oh, God.
And with that, I'm gonna pass the class off to precinct officer Madam Shakali. Clap it up.
Right. Oh, boy. Right. Let's clap it up, clap it up. All right. Excellent class. Security announcements. We're the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew and is pronounced Ma'ishra. A tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Preach fund, a free will offering, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Up and coming Holy Convocation. We have the Hanukkah on December 25th. That's Wednesday. We're going to be gathering together as a family. Y'all need to come up here because this is what we supposed to be celebrating, Hanukkah, not Christmas. You understand? So if you want to make a change in your life and a change for the better, get up here, celebrate with your brothers and sisters. We're going to have food. We're going to be congregating, having a lot of fun with each other, you know, as a family. You understand what I'm saying? Let's see here. Remind Akim Aquafium to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, pants, shirts, headbands, and scarf. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Imajim. Imajim Shabbat. Imajim Barak. Yahabah Shem Yahushua Barakatha. Yad Yamata. Class dismissed. Okay.